Good day, my name is Daniel Rademan. I am a student at the University of Pretoria. This video serves as an introduction to a few creative tools that can enhance the quality of your presentations and reports. I make use of the following tools quite regularly. Firstly is ScreenPresso. This tool allows you to take screenshots and edit these screenshots. It also has the capability to screen record. Another tool I use quite often is Canva. I mainly use this application to create project posters, but it has many other uses. Third is Clipchamp. I am currently editing this whole video using Clipchamp, and I do use it quite often for other applications. Another quite useful tool is Pexels and Unsplash. They're websites that I use to source free stock clips and images. All of the software packages and applications will be linked in the description of this video. So as I've previously mentioned, the first tool that I will be giving an introduction to is ScreenPresso. This is what their website looks like pretty much, where you can download the application. Once it has been installed, it automatically pins a drop-down menu to your screen or your desktop, which allows for easy access. You could also just click on the shortcut key on your keyboard, print screen key. But yeah, I'm going to give a short introduction to this drop-down menu. So under screenshot region, it gives you a lot of options that are actually quite useful. Once you learn to use them, you won't go back to anything else pretty much. The other option is record video, where you could record a window or a region. It is also very useful. The other option is to access your workspace. I'm going to give an introduction on how to use that workspace. Once you've taken a screenshot or selected the screenshot from your workspace to edit, you're obviously greeted with this myriad of tabs pretty much. And if you hover over them, they give you a short description of what each tab does. It is pretty self-explanatory, and if you play around with it a little bit and become more used to using it, it becomes a very useful tool to use. Just going to give a very short introduction to one of the tools here. The first one is drawing arrows, for example. Okay, once you've drawn your arrow, you can still go and move it around and edit it and do what you want with this arrow. You could go and change the style of the arrow, change the color, for example, the opacity of this thing you've drawn, be it arrows, shapes, text, etc., the pen width, the pen type with certain arrows, obviously, I guess. The shadow, how much shadow you want to add or reduce the shadow. Another very useful thing that reduces a whole lot of repetition is setting what you've just created or edited as a default. So you would just say click on add default and then new here, and then you could obviously use this update. You could use this updated arrow or shape or whatever to new screenshots that you've taken. So I'm just going to show you a few examples of how I apply ScreenPresso to a, for example, presentation and later a report. So this is a project from one of my modules that we had to create a structure in SAP 2000 and present our data that we found from running an analysis. So I had obviously taken a few screenshots while creating my model and viewing my results, etc. So once I had taken these screenshots, you can obviously see I had edited it in ScreenPresso. Here I have added a few arrows, for example, and some text boxes, change the colors around, match the colors, etc. I had added areas or regions that have been shaded in this picture. Another thing, for example, in this picture, I used the rectangle option just to highlight a certain type of connection on this side of the structure, and a similar thing here, with again added some text there. These were just normal screenshots that I had taken. These three images, obviously, I've added this text box here and added in results of reactions and drawn in these arrows also. Same thing here, highlighting certain areas, giving a short description on my findings. It definitely elevates the level of your presentations and reports. Next, I'm going to show you an example of a screenshot that I edited that I put in a report. This is a very basic schematic of a retaining wall or abutment. I used a few different things here to show different load transfer pretty much. So shaded shapes, for example, to show different components of applied forces to the abutment wall. So for example, there are arrows and like I said, the shaded regions and a whole bunch of the different types of arrows, different colors, shading, shadows. Um, yeah, it definitely makes it easier to describe the different forces acting on the structure, and it looks quite nice. I'm trying to look for a few others here. For example, I added little labels to a screenshot um, just to show different reinforcing here. Again, load transfer to this image using shaded regions and arrows. Again, this whole image was made in ScreenPresso, showing the different types of forces applied to a connection here and different actions on it. I'm trying to look for more. Here is another screenshot that I had taken from an application, and I basically show different types of sections in this little structure. The next tool I would like to introduce to you is called Canva. Canva is a free-to-use graphic design tool that's used to create posters, presentations. You could use it to make CVs, resumes, flyers, etc. You can download the Canva application directly from their website, or you could access it through the internet. I'm going to show you two posters that I created in Canva. You'll see they obviously have similar styling, but it allows for a lot of creativity, and you can create some visually stunning designs in Canva. So the first poster that I would like to show you is my research project poster. This was an A1 poster that we had to use for a oral exam presentation. As you can see, it has quite a few components, a lot of images, text labels, nice heading, emblems, etc. Also graphs that I've imported. So let's show you a few parts. These images were all created using ScreenPresso, or at least I should say edited using ScreenPresso. As you can see, there are text headings, a lot of arrows showing direction, um, high definition images also, which is nice that Canva can accommodate for. Uh, Graphs that I've directly imported from Excel. You don't need to change the formatting of it or anything like that. It imports it directly as is from Excel, which is quite nice. Yeah, so the next poster is a geotechnical detailed design poster, also for an oral exam, also A1 that we had to print out. I have also imported tables directly from Excel that I created, also graphs like I previously mentioned. A lot of screenshots that I edited using ScreenPresso. Again, similar styling to the previous poster. So I would like to show you a few tools that Canva offers you in which to edit your graphic designs. So the first thing is your templates and your styles. You could obviously play around with these, but they do offer quite a few stunning templates that you can obviously use and edit to your own liking and change up. The next thing are your elements. So for example, you could add borders to your images, a bunch of little graphics, stickers, little clips, photos, frames, previously mentioned, yeah. So it has quite a few different options to choose from. The next thing is uploads, which means you can upload your own images, of course, and drag them directly into your posters and edit them. Obviously, a whole bunch of different text options, your photos, your backgrounds that you can change. In general, Canva allows for a lot of creativity and it's quite a nice tool to work with. So, the next tool I would like to show you is called Clipchamp. Clipchamp is a free-to-use video editor. It also has both a desktop and browser version. And I did previously mention that this whole video was recorded and edited in Clipchamp. So I would just like to show you a few backend components that I make use of. So a few elements here, as you can see, is you can add your own media, for example. So the little logos that I used in the video are obviously imported directly from my media, and I can just drag them over and insert it into the video. All the videos or clips that I record, you access them or start the recording here. You can see you could record your screen, an external camera, etc. It has a whole bunch of different options, obviously. You could make use of already created templates, edit them, configure them to your own liking. It's quite a few different options there. Music and special effects, you could add stock videos, stock images, a few nice text options. A lot of them are used in this video. Then different graphics that you could also add, transitions in between your clips, and yeah, all your clips you pretty much add to this bottom taskbar here. Just like to show you a few elements. For example, just go to the beginning here. You can see here that I've got, for example, this is a text component of the video, some music or special effects, a screen recording or voice recording, and obviously an image that plays over a certain time length. And you mesh all these together pretty much to create your video and edit your video. The last two tools are websites that offer free clips or high definition images. These can be used obviously in different presentations. For example, they can be imported into PowerPoint. Later I'll show you an example of this. So for example, this is Pixels. Just showing you an example. So this is like a short clip that you can obviously download and put in as a background, for example. Another website is Unsplash, as I've said. Unsplash offers high definition images also that can be inserted into, for example, presentations and etc. So I'm going to show you a few examples of a PowerPoint presentation that incorporates all these different design tools that I've discussed in this video. So this PowerPoint presentation basically shows all these different creative tools that I've previously mentioned all come together in one presentation pretty much. This first slide just shows a clip as a background sourced from Pixels, just a construction site busy going on in the background. The next slide are 3 screenshots that I had obviously edited using ScreenPresso. This next slide is a short clip recorded with ScreenPresso and then edited in Clipchamp, showing different components of a model that I created using typewriter text just to explain different components. The next slide obviously shows different types of imposed loading on a structure, same as the previous slide, recorded with ScreenPresso and edited in Clipchamp. Again, same thing again, recorded using ScreenPresso and edited in Clipchamp, all imported directly from Clipchamp into PowerPoint. These are screenshots that I had meshed together also using ScreenPresso. This slide is also the same thing, just showing the use of ScreenPresso and Clipchamp. And finally, again, a clip sourced from Pexels, just put in as a background clip into PowerPoint. So all these different tools, if used correctly, once you get the hang of them, can be used quite effectively in creating quite visually stunning presentations or reports. Thank you.